Hello everyone, welcome to another video of Mesolite Visual. In this tutorial, we are demonstrating qualities of architectural CAD drawings by detailing the 3-bedroomed house concept into an impressive presentation. Architecture project goes through phases, and we are going to transform the floor plan on your screen to achieve these fantastic results. So if you want to improve the quality of your architectural drawings, saving time, automate a lot of operations, and become efficient, this is the right video, and you are welcome. This video is for you if you want to create your graphic template for your project presentations and set standards using and exploring new features of ArchiCAD 26. Without any further ado, let's get started. This is the project that we're going to use for this demonstration, and it's a 3-bedroomed house for one of our clients here. It's an ongoing project. It's a 3-bedroomed house. It's on the design stage, whereby we just produced this special arrangement or the spaces layout just to demonstrate on how the project is going to be, or how the house is going to be. So yeah, if you are new, or if you want to create your own template, or you are a advanced or intermediate person or ArchiCAD user, this is the perfect video for you, because you're going to learn a lot of stuff to customize and set your own standards. More so that I'm using a ArchiCAD default template for this demonstration or for this project. I think it's very important for you guys. That's what I thought. You know what, let me just do a tutorial on using a default template without having an advanced template that I'll be using. So yeah, take a chill pill and let's go through it. Let's go through the building first. Let me zoom in here. So like I said, it's a 3-bedroom house. So in your left here, it's a carport, and on the right side is the active spaces. You have your entry lobby here, and then your library on your right. Like I said, the active spaces, the kitchen that is open to the lounge, and the dining, yeah, as you can see here. And then on the left side down there, that's your bedrooms. Like I said, it's a 3-bedroom house, so this is the gateway or the corridor to all the bedrooms, as you can see. And then we have the master that is opening up to the swimming pool. Yeah, all the bedrooms are en suite, as you can see, and the difference is that the other one has a bath, and then the other one, it's a shower tub. Perfect. So let's check this on a 3D so that you can appreciate. As you can see, it's just a boring ArchiCAD default template graphics. As you can see, we're going to transform this into something superb. I promise you guys, it's going to be very fun to transform this project into a very good presentation design. Let's start by going back to the ground floor, or to the floor plan. The first thing that I would do is to transform all the 2D stuff into, or to convert all the 2D information into a 3D. Like I said, we have the lines that I was using just for the sake of presenting to the client the layout, because it's very important to face off your project. You have to know the objective of the project so that you can have a very good workflow. So in this case, I've started using just a minimal of 3D work, and it was a combination of both 2D and 3D work to represent some of the things. But now I'm getting into the next stage, or the next phase of the project. Now I need to put a little bit of details to my drawing or to my floor plan. So that's basically what I'm going to do with you. So I'm going to start with the all the 2D, the kitchen cabinetry, the closet, casing or cabinets, and all the like. So what I'll do, let's zoom in here by the library. I have also a shelving here by the library. So what I'll do, I can start by deleting this. Just select it and hit delete on the keyboard, and then go to design and activate the object tool. Let's open the object settings. In this dialog window, what I'm looking for is the cabinet and shelves folder, and then we can also stretch or increase the size of your panels like so. So what I'm looking for is the shelving, depending on what I want. In this case, I have a bookshelf, and then a bookshelf that is open. I think I'll go for this one, select it, and then let's go to the bookshelf settings. And the first thing that I'll do, I can set the number of shelves, as you can see here. But let's click on this arrow to open the 2D, or to go to the next page, which is the 2D representation. So here I'll say click on the 2D level, and then check, use the symbol, and then I can pick the symbol type. I'll pick something like this just to have my 2D representation very detailed, and I'll leave the contour panel on the legs. I can change the fill background because I don't like my object have the feel, so I'll have a transparent background like that. And then let's check on this next page. This is the surfaces page. I can also set the 3D level detail to full resolution. And then another page, I think we are set. We can hit OK. From here, place it on the context menu, then select the arrow tool to select this. Let's move it, or hit Ctrl D on the keyboard and pick here, move it to the corner there. You can stretch this on the points like this using a pet palette, the move node like so, but you would want to have a proportion of this. I cannot just stretch. I want to increase number of shelving. So if you stretch it to here, there, and then if you check on a 3D, let's see how it will appear. Zoom in here. This is exactly what it doesn't look all right. So what I'll do, I can select it and then open its settings. What I'll go to, let's go back under the number of shelves or number of vertical frames. I'll increase this. Let's see how many number. There are only three, which is 1, 2, 3. I'll increase this to 5 and then hit enter. Let's see. Yes, we have now the proportional stuff. So what I'll do, I can stretch this to be a full height by using stretch the height, just like that, and stretch it to the top here. That will be on the ceiling height. So yeah, that's perfect. I like how it is, nice and clean. Let's go back to the plane view, and you see now it's represented very well in your 2D representation. So let's move to the next shelving, which is the linian. We have a linian here. I'm going to just use the same object. I can hit Alt on your keyboard to pick the parameters of that, so that I can activate the object tool and open its settings like this, and then maybe move this to the center here. Because it's a linian cabinet, I would want something closed like this shelving, and you can go to the next to set up the parameters of the shelf. Let's see, 2D detail levels. Let's set it to symbolic, and then I'm going to use the same symbol like I used. And then the fill background pen, let's turn this to transparent, and then move to the next page. Under the 3D detail level, let's set this to full resolution. Perfect. I think we are set to go. Let's hit OK. Don't worry about the layers. So if we go back, don't worry about the layers, because by default template, this was you to pick all the objects or any interior objects, like on a layer of interior furniture, if you know what I'm saying. So hit OK and then place it here. So I'll pick this, because by the nodes, you can see this point, it represents the back of the shelf. So what I'll do, I'll pick this node, and then on the pet palette, click on the mirror, so that we can mirror it to face the other way, like so. Let's pick this point and move it to the point. So I'm gonna stretch this by moving the node to there. So I can tap your tab in your keyboard, just hit it twice so that you can select the polyline, and hit delete to get rid of that line. So I can also move this to make sure I have a clean. I hate where the elements or information is clashing or is on top of each other. So it's very tedious in your presentation, especially your floor plans. You need to have a neat floor plan. So I'll just move this here to this point, like so. Perfect. It's nice and clean. So I don't think I have to have two shelves like this. I just have one. So please select it and then go back to the dialog settings, and then I'll go back under the style and dimensions. Let's set the vertical panels to 0, or just uncheck this arrow and then hit OK, just to have one like that. That's one of the advantages that comes with this ArchiCAD 26 version. So yes, it's very important. So let's move to the kitchen. The kitchen is going to have a lot of fun because it has a lot of cabinetry in it. So yeah, so I already set this, but we can just the island here. Let me just my cue the area here, right click to show this in 3D. Just wanted to show you something. So I have here the what you call the sink, and then I've placed the on this island I've placed the cooktop, which is the one you are seeing here. Maybe the problem is that it's underneath this, so I need to do that. I need to set this to the height of the island, which is 900, as you can see here. So I'm gonna select this and set it to, maybe it's also 900, let's say 1.5 for the sake of 3D, and then show in 3D. There we go. Then we can now move it manually down here to the surface. Perfect. So that's basically what we have here. Then we're going to have the seating there. Oh no, we don't have the seating. It's perfect. The seating will be at this nook. So yeah, we have the fridge on the side, as you can see. Let me just mark you the whole kitchen so that you can see and appreciate. Mark you, and then right click on the context menu. Let's go for show mark you in 3D, just like that, and zoom out. Let's rotate here to see. As you can see, it's just an empty space, but if you look at the 2D floor plan, it has a lot of information that you cannot project in a 3D. That's the problem. So it's not a problem. Yes, it was the phase of the project, but now we're detailing our design or detailing our floor plan. It's the right stage to do so. You know what I mean. So you better have the workflow and you understand how you work. It's very important to devise some sort of system on how you do your project. It's different. Maybe others can start with a very detailed floor plan to the client, but I see it very demanding, because what if we have a back and forth with your client? It will take a lot of time and energy from you guys or from your studio, and even it's very difficult to explain some of the information to the client, especially in the early stage. So you need to have just plain and simple presentation to have. So yeah, so let's go back here, and then what I'll do, let's start by the area here. So what I have is this. I'm going to delete this because it's just a floating sink. So I'm going to have a cabinet along this. So go back to the object settings. Let's open the settings dialog. So I'm going to search on the folder here. You can search, like I said, but let's go back here, and the folder that I'm looking at is for the kitchen cabinets, which is there. And then I'm gonna start with the base cabinet block. Perfect. And then let's go to the kitchen cabinet settings, click on the next page, the number of segments that I want to have. I think, as you can see, let's just place it so that you can appreciate before we set. So it's facing the upright. So what I'll do, I'll select it and then hit Ctrl E to rotate this horizontal, like so. Let me just move it to the point where I want it to be located. So if you check on the 3D, so this is going to be located here. As you can see, it's facing on the wall. So I'm going to, like I said, when you see this point, the black point, it means that's the back of your object. Every time you need to understand that. So I'm going to click on this point, then let's mirror on the pad palette, mirror it vertical, like so. Now hit Ctrl D to move this to the point. Oh, it didn't be precise. Check on 3D. Perfect. So yeah, I think there are a couple of things that I can customize here. Let's zoom in. I think the handles and then the type of the cabinet, the shelf that I want to have. So select it and then hit on object. Then what I'm going to do is move to the next page. Another page. Yes, this is the component section. So the first component that I want to set is the front panel. So let me just go to the front panel, and then I have different options here for the front panel position. As you can see here, you can have whatever style you'd want, and then we have also the panel settings where you can have segmented to edit. As you can see, you can have it solid or vertical frames on the like. So that's basically what comes with this ArchiCAD 26 version. It has a lot of settings, more especially for the kitchen cabinet, to customize to your local standards. So even, let's say, for the knobs, you can find something very interesting. And let's see, I'll go to this trapezoid plate, and you can also have the knob style here. This one is a knob pull linear, or we have we have the cutout pool or the custom one. So yeah, you can hit OK. So that's basically what I have, as you can see. Perfect. So I think I need to set it to 0 if it's on 0, because I need to have a floor. We're going to have a floor slab, so I'll set it to 0 like so, and then go back to the floor plane. What I want us to address is you can drag this copy, like just drag and then hit Control in your keyboard to add a copy on your move. Perfect. Let's do the same to here and put it on the center. This I'm going to edit it and place a sink. As you can see, on this we don't have a sink cabinet. You can place a sink to any cabinet you pick here, especially the base cabinets instead of the tall cabinets. So yeah, so I'll go back to the pages where I would have all the components, or just click here and then find components. So I'll add a sink and then I'll add a tab. I can also add a backlash. It's very important to have a backlash too for all of your cabinets. So click on the tab options. I'm going to find something that I can use. You can also check options. There are different types of tabs, the twins and then these ones. So let me just go with this type of mixer. I think go with and then let's go back. I want to set up a sink. I'll go for the style 12 and hit OK. Perfect. So practically you can have a sink like this. So what I need to do is to set up the width for this. I'll set it to maybe 1 meter. Let's see how it will appear. I think 1 meter. Let's go for 2 meters. 2 meters is going to be there. No. Let's say 1.5. Perfect. Let's just move it to the center there. We still have our sink not on a proportion, so I can pick the point here and pick the move dot in your keyboard just to stretch your sink that way. Perfect. So yeah, I think we're having a nice setup. Let's just take on the 3D before we complete the whole setup. As you can see, we have this, but for the sink I would want to have the 2 shelves. So instead of the drawers, so select it and then open the object settings, and then let's go back to the main panel. So yeah, with the main panel. Number of segments 3. I don't want to have a segment, so I would want to have a cabinet. So let's see on the cabinet, we don't have, okay, because it's a drawer, we want to turn it into just a base cabinet. Let's find something. See here, this one is chamfered. I don't want the chamfered one. How do I have to chamfer one? Because I want, let me just hit OK, because I want the settings for the sink. So I'll just pick the parameters of that and open this, and then I'm going to click magic wand on this base cabinet chamfered. Let's see, and then hit OK. It's chamfered. Didn't want them to. So go back here and I think let's select this. So I want to turn this into not a drawer, but to something like cabinet with the panels. So select the front panels. No, that is not the one I'm looking for. Door panels thickness, uniform style. So I think that's where a little bit of exploration needs to be done. As you can see, double face. I think what I'm looking for is let's say vertical panel. No way, let's make undo and then go back again to the settings. So I just want to turn the segment to a door instead of a drawer. Both the segments. Let me just say door, single door. Yeah, I think there has to be a double door. Oh sorry, not a sliding, a double door. Let's see. All the segments. So I'm going to have one segment. So that's the one thing that I need to do. Let's go back here and then components. I think on the segment details, I'm going to have one segment. As seen, yeah, I'm going to have one segment, which is going to be all the drawers. Where is it? Let's go back again. Let's say I'm having two segments. There we go. No, let's just go for one. Go for one segment, and then I'm going to the components. Let's go for the front panel and the panels. Segment is one with the double side panels, double face panels, front panels. There is something that I've seen here. That's ArchiCAD 26 for you. It has a lot of features to explore. I think I want to go back to where I was setting the. Let's see here. Oh no way. Sub panel. Segment 1. I want this to be vertical frames. After vertical frames, now I can move forward and choose double face segment. That's your knob segment. And then we go this way, we go that way, and we change this to the 2D representation to this symbol. Yeah, then we can also override and choose different types of symbol, but I'll go with this one, then hit OK. I'm still not impressed because I have this as a solid, so I need to work hard and try convert this into two double doors. That's my intention. So let me go back here and see where exactly that needs to be set, because that's the whole idea, guys. I just wanted to explore this ArchiCAD 26 with you, so I think we're so doing to help you doing that. Oh yes, I'm having a drink here. Don't be sorry with me by just taking some more to my drink. Thank you for that. Let's go back. So I'll go for front panels. There was a point where I went to all the segment details. Yes, I think it's here. So I'd want to have a double door for this. So it's under segment. You guys, you need to take notes. This is where I wanted to. So if you hit OK, you should divide this into two. Perfect. That's what I wanted. As you can see, now I have a cabinet with the two doors with both drawers on the side. So what I'll do, I can calculate how many cabinets to have on the side. So I think the remaining gaps, it can have one cabinet. So what I'll do, I'll just go back to the blend view. From here, what I'll do is, let me just we just stretch this to there to increase that, and to there. Also do the same to the carcass. I just moved to the countertop. I'll do the same to the carcass. Oh sorry, move it there. Do the same to this, and then stretch the overhang to that. I don't think I would have this represented this way, so I'll take out these two crossed lines. So I think it's going to be on the 2D representation, then make it plain like this. Or I can activate the opening symbol to this so that I can have that. Perfect. So now I can have this type of representation. So I can also maybe close it a bit by clicking on this point. Perfect. So let me just move my text here. Perfect. Nice and clean. I can also do the same to these ones by just having a 2D representation to just present this, that this is an openable, but these are drawers. So I don't know on drawers what we achieve. So we can have that for the drawers. Perfect. You can have this representation. I don't think it's cool. Just get rid of it. I don't think it's cool. But if you want to really communicate in depth of your design, that's options you have, at least on ArchiCAD 26. Wow, it's a perfect software. Yeah, now let's move to the next side, which is this area by the TV. Here I'm going to have just a countertop and the countertop with cabinets and the upper shelving. So I'm going to do the same. Pick this, click, move it, drag it there, hit Control to add a copy. Let's Control E to rotate this vertical, also horizontal, and then move it to the position like so. I think I'll need to stretch it. Stretch here so that it can be in line with the slide. So, oh sorry, also pick this, the carcass to there. Oh no, I need to also to bring this there, nice and clean. So what I'll do, just have a copy of that, click on the Control to add a copy, and Command to add a copy. So here is going to be tricky because it's a corner. I would have a corner, sorry about that, I have a corner cabinet. So let me just pick a copy and place it there. By having this selected, let's open its settings to have a corner cabinet. It will depend on you. You can have the type of corner, this or this one. Let me just have the L corner instead of C corner. But if you want to maintain the same parameters as the other cabinets, you can pick parameters of this, then go back and transfer or hit Control Alt to transfer to whatever cabinet you want to use. So just do that and then hit OK. There we go. Let's rotate this horizontal, move it to the corner. Let's make it the same with the others, just like that. Then I have this also there. No, I need to bring it back like so, nice and clean. Let's do the same to the other side. Move it here and then do the same to the carcass. I don't know why the carcass will be going all the way, but you need to have, again, bring it back like that. Perfect, nice and clean. So I think I'll need another cabinet here by the fridge. So let me just move the fridge to this corner. Perfect. I can take this one, add Control or Command in your keyboard, Control E to rotate vertical. Let's move it to there. Move it to the point here and just stretch it to there. And then do the carcass, bring it back by this point. No, it has to be on top of each other like that. Perfect. Yeah, let's get rid of the lines because we don't necessarily need the lines. Nice and clean. I think the fridge has to be in line with the cabinets, like so. Perfect. I can do a lot more in terms of the presentation of this by adding the cross. Let's open it, select all this and then go to 2D representation, and I'm going to overwrite that to this and hit OK. Nice and clean. I'll do the same to the corner cabinet. Make it full on 2D and 3D. Alright, so you can have open symbol. So I cannot override the open symbol for this. Is it that what ArchiCAD 26 want to tell me? As you can see, it's grayed out, but I don't know why. So let's hit OK and see. Okay, it makes sense because you cannot open this area. Perfect. Heads up to you, ArchiCAD. You've made a wonderful job for this. Perfect. Let's check on our 3D, the whole assembly of our carcass, of our cabinet. It looks perfect. It looks okay. It looks great. I love it. So I think I need to take this to 0, like so, which is the double fridge. So now we need to have the upper cabinets for that. Let's go back, and what I'm going to do, open again the object settings dialog. So let's scroll down here. There are upper cabinets. Where are the upper wall cabinets? I think I'll start with the block. Another block also. Let's go through. I think it's one the same. It's the same parameters. So you have the segment type is 1 and single 2, which is what I want. So what I can do, go to the 2D representation. So, and for this, because it's up, it's going to be the control line is going to be hidden. So, but let's just place it before we override that. We'll place it here. Or by default it will have dotted, which is super. I like it. So it has to be in line with the other cabinets, like so. Because it's a wall cabinet, it has to be more or half the width of the base cabinet. For someone who's standing here is not hitting this with his head. I don't know, the ergonomics of interior design. So yeah, like that. Let me just multiply this along my cabinet. But before I multiply, let me just take maybe the height. So I'm impressed with that. I think I need to also make it consistent, because as you can see, my handling is different from this one. So let's open this, and then under knob, maybe go to the components. Let's set the knob, set it to trapezoid, which is the one we've used for our base. Wow, yeah, because someone has to pull it off on the top to open it. I think it's perfect. It's good. I can have it also the side. I can have it somewhere here. But because we're having here, we're going to have a display window that we have. We're going to have a display window here by this, and then we will have the cabinet on top of the window. So let's just do that. I'll place a window. As you can see, all the rooms, all the spaces here, windows are not placed because it's the face of the project. Like I told you guys, don't be bothered with that. So just bear with me with that. So I'm just going to place a window only for this, but I'll see during the course of this exercise to place other windows. So go to the design tool palettes and find a window tool, open window settings, and then let's see ArchiCAD 26 what it does, what it has for us in terms of the windows. Automatically I'll scroll down to the storefronts, then I would want to pick this window and then go down to the store settings. What I want to do, these are the settings that I don't need to set. By default it to come up with this. I think I need just the default settings. Hit OK, and then let's place it, and then click on the opening direction. Do we really need a storefront for this? I think I would need an opening window, which is under basic windows, which is this one. So I'll set the opening type to be a top hang, and let's see. No, let me go with this one. So both the search, I'll go for top hang, like I said, top hang, and then I'll go to the opening. Where is the opening lines? And then I'm gonna override the opening lines to have them on the hinges, on the handles. Yes, this is a good representation. And then I'm going to have the opening side, or the opening side dashed, opening side also dashed, like so. 2D symbol is fine. And then let's hit OK and see what we can do. So this is a display window, so I'm gonna stretch it to maybe 2 meters width, like so, and then have it center to the sink, like so. So the height of this is going to be just a strip, so I'm gonna make it 500 so that it can be a split window. Perfect. As you can see, this is great. What I would do from here, so you can see, remember I've had a backlash to this, so I had to continue the backlash also for these two cabinets. So let me just quickly do that before I address the window. So go back to the counter backlash or backsplash, sorry. That now I have it here, and let's see, nice and clean. Now I have it there. So I'm going to set the cabinet, the wall cabinet, on top of the window. Go to the plane. Let's take the copy of these ones. Hit Control to add a copy. Let's rotate vertical like so, and then I'm going to stretch this to there, pick a copy to the other side, and then have another copy. I think I'll have two on the, so it can have two. I'm going to have two on the copy on the sink top. So let me just stretch this to the center of the sink like so. Oh, there's something weird about this. Let's see. Oh, sorry. There we go. Nice and clean. Drag a copy to there. This is the effect that I want to have. So I'm going to drop down a bit of this window to 800. 800 is too much, maybe 850. Yeah, perfect. Let's see, doesn't affect this backsplash. Maybe I can say 860, so that, yes, nice and clean. Perfect. So go back to the floor plan, and I'm very impressed with the progress so far for this project. So don't forget to save, guys. Even though you rely much on the automated saving, but you really have to do it manual. So you cannot rely on the computer to do the rest of the work for you. You need to also take responsibility. So yeah, let me take a break for the drink. There you go. Thank you for that, guys. Cheers. I'm very impressed. I'm really happy for this tutorial. I don't know why, because I'm sharing a lot of information with you guys that I thought it's been long overdue. So let's move to the breakfast nook. So here, straightforward, we're going to just have a countertop with some cabinets if you want to. I don't know, we can decide to have a countertop without cabinets underneath. So yeah, let's pick the object and open its settings dialog. Let's see what we have on the, still in the kitchen. If you scroll down here, there is a we can use the base cabinet, the first base cabinet. Click on this base cabinet, then see, we can also just have the countertop. Hit OK. Let's place it here, place it there. Then because this is the back side of the countertop, like I said, the node point is going to determine which side of the object is. So it's good that it's facing the direction for the sitting. So you can just stretch the width of this to there, and then maybe increase, let's increase the width to maybe 1 meter. Perfect. Check on a 3D, should be somewhere. There we go. I think because we just want it as a countertop, we don't want to see some of those things. So let's just see. I don't know the mistake that I made. If you go back where I said countertop, oh, by the way, carcass cabinet on the other side. Let's see here. I think if I say, let's go back here, if I say cabinet and then hit OK, what happened? Go back, segment details, components, front panels, they're nothing to set up. I don't know what I've done, so what I'll do, let's just cancel this and delete. I'm going to start it from scratch because this is exactly what I want to have here. It's the same as this. I can pick parameters of that and then let's see the settings, because on this one we don't need a sink. It's the same base cabinet block. So just click on this and then go back to the segment details. We have the segment type, a drawer or a panel or open. Let's have it open. Perfect. And then under the components we are going to take out the tap and the sink just to remain with the counter. Let's place the object by the corner there. Now there we go. Go to the floor plan. Let's take it to the position. Move it here. Click it there. There we go. Stretch it again. I think I'm going to have all the way like, oh sorry about that. Let me just move it here. Perfect. Click on this one as well. I don't know why it's behaving like this, so I would have again to bring this back, the overhang back there. And then let's stretch also this to there. Perfect. Check on the 3D. Not bad. I think we have the cabinet open on this side, of which I think it's okay. But for sitting arrangement, you'd want, by ergonomics, you cannot have a flat thing like this. So you can have a depth. So just try to see how I can do that. So let's go back. Let's go back again. I think cabinet counter. So if you say counter and then hit OK, or go back to the floor plan. Sorry, to the floor plan. I think there should be a way we can, which is this. We delete this line. It's disturbing. Let me see on this side. Oh yeah, perfect. Let's see, nice and thin. That's what I wanted to create, because if you're sitting here, you would want to have a room for the legs. So that's what I wanted. But I just moved it without any consideration of the measurements. So yeah, you can also play around with the measurements if you want to have a perfect design. So I'll move my text somewhere where it doesn't interact, or doesn't. I think I also have to stretch this text to be, the text parameters to be short like that, nice and clean. Perfect. I think we made a lot of progress on this. So let me just save this progress. Like I said, you need to have a lot of saving manual. So we have a scullery here. In scullery, we're going to have different components. We're going to have some washing machines and other cabinetry, even a sink as well. So yeah, it's going to be the same process, but let me just fast track this so that we can move forward. I don't want to bore you with the same repetition of the work, so let me just pause this video and fast track that. yeah, I've managed to finish off the scullery part, and as you can see, it's perfect. Sorry, let me just zoom in so that you can see. You can have also the top cabinets. I can just copy this and place it there, but for the sake of this, let me just leave it there because you now understand the concept. Let's move to the next spaces, and so that you can see. Perfect, because there's still a lot of things to cover here, especially the presentation style and how you can create very good graphics on your floor plans. So I think the next items to do is the bedrooms, the closet of the bedroom. So I already placed the closet here. I can pick parameters of that, and then let's open the settings. This was a modular wardrobe, so I'm going to go with something different. Let me just click parameters of that, and then the shape is going to be a straight shape. Let's move to the next page, and I'm going to have a combination of a door type and a drawer. As you can see, let's say I'm going to adjust that on the knobs. So this can change in later stages, most especially when you're doing the interior design of that. So you want to detail this, so you can always come back and change. So yeah, the 2D detail level, I will set it to symbolic, and then I would want to have something like that, and then show a hanger. This will add a lot of detail to you. So if you go to the preview position, so you see now the hangers on your 2D. So let's hit OK. I'm gonna place it here. Hit Control E to rotate vertically. Place it to the area. Proportionally, it can be like this. I think it's going to be half of that. Let me just bring it here, and then drag a copy of that. Sorry about that. Let me just move it there so that it can share the width of this wall, which is this point, like so. Perfect. Then let me just move my text here and reduce the extents of the text, like so. Let me select this and stretch by this point. Do the same to the other one, and get rid of the line because we don't need the line. We have the hangers. The doors, the side. I want to have the shelving as well. So I select this, and I can have the shelving on the side. We select this one and then open in settings. Let's go to the wardrobe settings. Go back, and I think it's back. The opening type door, upper division drawer. So I'm gonna have drawer here, then hit OK. Perfect. So I'm gonna have drawers on the side, and then the doors on the other side. So I'm gonna copy this to the other bedroom. Rotate a copy like so, and then place it there. Make sure it's fitting. Okay, let's just move this text there, and then let's move this here, and stretch it to the line. Do the same to this, and then you can click and delete the 2D line. Perfect. So yeah, I think that's basically what we have. So another very good the detail that I want to add is on the seating arrangement, especially on the lounge and the dining. I'm going to add a carpet around my seating, similar place to the dining. So let's hit object and then open its settings. I think under decorations there should be a carpet there. Carpet is here, and then 2D detail and 3D, you can make it full resolution like so if you want. So let's hit OK, and I'll place it here. So I'm going to stretch it so and like so that everyone who is sitting here gets a fair share of the carpet. And then I don't want to have it with fill background pen. So just have it fill type as fill pen. So this one is a transparent. Then hit OK. Maybe send it. Right click on the context menu while it's being selected and then send it to the back so that it can be like that. Let's pick this and make a copy to the dining. And then I'll rotate it to the length of the dining like so. Perfect. Nice and clean. So as we look at our drawing, guys, it's much different from where we started. And then I have a carpet here also. Let me just place it there by the master bedroom. And then let's move there. And then we can delete the 2D line. Select this, right click on the context menu, display order, send it to back so that we can have that. Perfect. Very interesting. So yeah, I think we have everything in place. So the next stage is very key, guys. So I think I need to take a break. After the break, we're going to move forward to the next stage, which is very important. So yeah, be keen to that. And let me just go on this side and have a drink for the break. Yeah, thank you for the break, and we're moving on with the next stage. The next stage is very important. So if you're still in this video, guys, this is the perfect stage that you've been waiting for, setting up the presentation styles for this. We're having a boring ArchiCAD default graphics, as you can see. No one wants to have plans like this or drawings like this, so you'd want to have something interesting to represent the personal or the personality or the standards of your firm. So it's very important to understand how you can play around and different features to convert or transform your drawings into something very interesting. Nowadays, clients demand visual content or visual data, of which if you don't have the attribute or the capacity to do that, you are a bit in an awkward position to have more projects, I tell you. So to start with, let me just place a slab on the rooms, as you can see. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick a slab 2 on the design tool palettes. Pick here just the slab 2, and then what I'm going to do is just to use a basic structure, then set it to 250 and at 0. So I'm going to start here and oh sorry, something happened. Stingy. Let's go back. I'll start here, then let's use the polygonal geometry to place that. I'm just going to run through this quickly. Let's just do it quickly like so. Something first. Go this way. That. I don't know how ArchiCAD would improve this, some of the task of placing a slab, because we have a floor plan. We should have an automated way of placing floor plan to our walls, because at the end of the day, this is a visual project, it's a visual model, so you need all the elements should be intelligent. That's the perception of beam. So if you have the walls placed, you need to have an option where you can place a slab to all the walls or to the floor plan hole, just like that. I don't know, am I dreaming am I dreaming big, or I'm having, it's an ambitious thought, but I think we need to have such kind of things to speed up our workflow. So I'm gonna have another slab to the other side of the building, like so, by the patio here. Nice and clean. So perfect. Now we're going to start the style. What I'm going to do, if you check on the override here, if you key in the presentation, that's what you have. I've said this before. I'll because of the client, I had to set a quick presentation style for me to just have this to my client. So if you check another one, that comes with ArchiCAD is this simplified. But what I'm going to do, we're going to work more on this one and play around with different options to see how we can do that. So let's see. So you can see I can pick already other problems like objects that are having problems. You see, this would be not behaving like that. So let's click here, and then I'm going to set a new by duplicating this one, the presentation. I'm going to set new, then I'm going to duplicate that. Let's say this is going to be solid white. That will be the first presentation that I have to set up. And then the ruling that I'm having here, the 2D lines are going to be gray. So if you click here on this edit rule options, you would see the rule. It says the line type of the 2D information is going to be this color, which is the color pen 2, and it's going to affect element type for polyline and line 2. So it's very important. So I've set the rule for everywhere in my drawing where there is these 2 lines that are going to be grayed out. I hope it makes sense. And then I've said all openings. So if you click on edit rules, I've said all openings like doors and windows are going to be on this solid line, and they are going to be on a line or marker text pen, which is color 2. They're going to be graded to the color 2. Another rule is the all furniture. All furniture is also the line type, it's solid, and that's why we are having, that's the problem. You see, let me just hit OK and then bring it here. You see, we had wonderful details on our, let me just hit OK so you can see. We had wonderful details on our previous graphic, which is, let me say override, which is this dotted lines and then these details that represent other information that is above or hidden. So if you check on the solid white, you see now it becomes a solid line. We don't want to see this. So it's because under furniture we said we overruled the line type. Let's uncheck this and then hit OK. Let's see what would happen. You see now we have our information back where we want it, and it's very neat and clean. That's important. Let's go back again, and under all zones fields transparent, because I didn't use zones for labeling my spaces, so I've got no point to overrule this, unless you have zones in your project. I just used the text tool to quickly name my spaces just for the sake of the presentation of the client, because I thought it's quick. I would use it in the next stage by now, wanting to calculate areas and do schedules for every room. So it's very, very important. And then all cover fields are going to be transparent, but I don't have cover fields to the my project. But I can see when I talk about cover fields, I can see I have issue here of my cover fields. You see, if you see the carpet here, so let me change this to no override. They're nice and hidden at the back of the furniture. Same applies to the beds. The carpet is at the back because we said the field should be transparent. So I don't know if we say where is it, solid white, and then if we say the cover fill should be, let's click here, should be, let's uncheck this and then see what would happen. Oh, nothing happened. I think it didn't overrule our thing. So maybe this is fine here, and then we use the fill background pen. Let's uncheck this and then see. Perfect. This is what I wanted. See guys, it's very, very important. It's very important to understand is how you want to present your your file. As you can see, it looks great. It looks great for now, and I can see a lot of because black on gray, you won't go wrong. You won't go wrong when you're doing your drawings. So yeah, so it's solid white. I wanted to have solid white. Solid white meaning all the cut fields should be so white. So what I'm going to change is this all cut fields. I'm going to take out this row because it's okay for the presentation. So under the white, solid white, I'm going to take it out and then click on add plus to add another rule, which is I want solid white or solid and transparent, all cut fields, solid no skin, blah blah blah. Let's pick this one and see, and then add. Make sure it's underneath because it affects all the cut fields, and then hit OK. Oh, changes the color, but this is not what I want. So if you don't have that rule, we have to create our own rule. So I'm going to go to manage rules, and then what I would do, I'll pick this one. Let's see this. I'll pick all cut field solid black, for example, and then let's create new, and then duplicate it. I'm going to say solid white, and then hit OK. So from here, I'm going to override some of the rules here. The field type is going to be a background fill, a white background fill, and then that's it. Let's hit OK and see what will happen. So let's get rid of this all cut fill solid, and then by the default it will highlight the newly created rule, so which is this one, and then add. Make sure, like I said, it should be underneath or below all the rulings or all the rules. Then hit OK. You see, this is a style that I wanted. It's very good. I'm impressed. Perfect. So, and you can play around. So we can create another fill on top of, another style on top of this, whereby maybe we have our text in a different color and then our finisher in different color. It's very important. Or we can have all things colored. It's very good. I'm impressed. So let's see. Go back again to the graphic overrides by clicking on that point. So I'm going to duplicate this, hit on new, duplicate. I'm going to say solid color, just to create a variation of styles of presentations. Under solid color, what I would want is override the all cut fields. So I'm going to take out this one or get rid of this, and then let's see under the existing rules, do we have something that we can use? We don't have solid, we have light gray, but under our cut fill we don't have something that we can use. Oh, we have for structural loading bearing. So let me hit OK first. I just want to show you something. So if you check here and then you say structural plane, you have this. I don't think it is. I didn't want to have that. Let's say fire plane, for example. No. Where is it? Okay, let's go back to our where is solid color. Go back here, and then we're going to create our own rule for the all cuts. So I'm going to say solid black, and then let me move my window here and then hit on new. While is this being selected, I can duplicate and then say solid color. Oh, sorry. Wait. Let me be consistent. And then hit OK. So I want this to be, let me say maybe red. Oh yeah, red. But then with a 70 or 50% thing. And then I say all types. I can also activate the fill background pen and then make sure it's also the same, and then hit OK. Let's say add this, hit add, make sure it's underneath. Perfect. but you can zoom in. I just wanted to get more like transparent. So what I'll do, go back here and then let's select it and then edit the rule. I'm going to uncheck the fill pen, the fill background pen, so that I can have the transparent active, like so. You can see, nice and perfect. And by so doing, you can have a rule again, say text should be on the same color with the walls. So let's say go back and then under 2D information, which is text. So if you say edit the rule, it says no, this one it talks about only the lines and thing, but we also want to affect only the thing. Let's just create a new rule for our text. Create new, and then you can duplicate that. This one I'm going to call it text color, then hit OK. From here, what I want, I will delete or remove the other criteria for this, and then remain with one, which is going to be what? Text. Perfect. And then let's say our text pen should be this color, and then hit OK. Let's add our text. This one we're going to maintain it. Let's add our text color, then let's drag it to the top because it's a secondary rule, then hit OK. You see, now we have our text on color. That's basically what we see. So we have a floor slab here. We can also have the floor slab to add a little bit of depth to our drawing. So I can say maybe add a cover fill, blah blah blah, and then just have something to do with that, but it won't show here because we are now using. But if you say no overall, you do have your fill, you get. But because we are using the graphic overhead combinations to overrule whatever you see in your model, so it's very, very important to understand this. So let's go back to the solid color, and then we're going to have a rule of our slab. So go back to the graphic overhead combination. Let's manage our rule and create a rule for the slab. So just pick any, or just hit new. I'll call it slab. Oh, sorry, slab cover fill. Or I can just use there are a lot of cover fills there that I can pick. Let me hit OK, and then hit OK. Let me just use a different cover fill before we go to the one we want to create. We have different types of cover fills here: light gray, solid background, solid foreground. So let me just start with that so that you can understand, and then drag it to somewhere there and then override. You see, but what if now you want to add a little bit of texture to your drawing? So that's where I'm coming from. So I'll go back, and then this of gray, let's get rid of it, and then we're going to edit the one we just created for the slab, which is where is it for slab? I said slab. Where is it? Slab. Yeah, there we go. And then I'm gonna say element type is going to be a slab. I'm going to target specifically my slab. So I'm not going to overrule the line type. It's going to be remain one as it is. I'm going to overrule the fill type. So I want to have more like a tile effect to my background. Do I have a symbol for tile here? I think I'm limited to all this. I don't have a tile, but I can create my own fill. If I don't have, for the sake of this, let me just pick this one. Or maybe instead of this, because if you say override cut fields, I want to override the drafting fields or the cover fields. So let's see, maybe we have different types of, yeah. So we have the cover fields of tiles, which is 30 by 30, 60 by 70, 60 by 60 is the perfect one. And then okay, so let's say hit okay. Let's edit. I'm going to hit on add and find that slab. Where is it? Like I said, there's a search bar in every attribute for this new ArchiCAD version, so you can just search your layers, your surface, your surfaces, your all attributes and everything. Even on the navigator, maybe you can search. This is a very handy tool, guys, to explore everything. You can search, and it has a hierarchy of managing and organizing your information about the project. It's very, very important. And hit OK. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drag this to maybe somewhere here, and then hit OK. You see, now I'm worried about what? The color of the lines. So let's go back, and then I'm going to select this and edit the rule. I'm going to say the line type should be something like red, for example, if it's possible. Let's see. No, I think what we need to do is to edit it from here. Maybe let's uncheck that, or we need to check edit. We need to override the color here, not the color field. So let me see this. I think this is the perfect color for that. You can tell the difference, guys, and then I can have the furniture in a different color or in a different feel as well. So let's go back here, and then all the furniture, edit the rule. Let's say the furniture will be field type, or the foreground pen. Maybe I'll say no, not field. Let's say field type. Then I'll say maybe 25% fill, and then the color. Before I edit the color, let's see what will happen. It didn't change the color. I think it's because the field doesn't have all the furniture. But let me just do this before I conclude what I want to say. So go back, and then let's say fill background pen or foreground background pen. Let's say this is 220, and make sure it's not that, and then hit OK. I think it will change. No, it didn't change. But if you say select all the furniture, and then come here, and let's override the cut fill background, or the cut fill background. No way, no way. Then right click and then display what I bring to front and see. I think there's something wrong that I'm doing, but I'm going to figure it out. Edit rule, because what I want is to edit the fill for the objects. Maybe it's fill background pen, and then let's see this to red, and then choose all the field types. There we go. Okay, now same it, but let's go back. What I want is to have them transparent. So instead of having this, so I'll say should be transparent. I'll say field type. Let me say not this. Let's see. Oh, no way. Go back and fill background pen, field type 25%, and then this fill background pen should be something like or if I have let me just say this, let me do this, but I need this color. Where is this color? That's the color that I'm looking for. Oh, sorry about that, guys. This is the color that I'm looking for. Maybe this color. No, it's not the color. There we go. Fill. I'm remaining with the fill type. I know I'll get it. Foreground. And you guys, let's see. Oh, that's harsh. That's harsh. I think I need to take out this. Let's take it out and then see. We're having that. We're having this. This is what? This is black. I don't like black for all this. Then it takes the color from the all cut, which is this one. Oh, because we have different types of all colors. Oh yeah, no, I see why it came from. Remember, we had this by default. I think that's the ones that are messing up my stuff. So what I'll do, I'll get rid of this, and then let's see. We hit OK. Right. So now for the furniture, let's bring back all the furniture, which is there, and then hit back. I'm just gonna drag it to this. Let's see. All right. Now our furniture. Let's see, and just use this one. Not a problem. Let's say it should be over the slab. Let's check the difference again. So from here, let's say edit rules. Then what I want is this. Yeah, perfect. This is what I wanted. Now I want to have the outline of my furniture to be black, so that it can take the outline of that, but in a lighter pen. So what I'll do, let's go back and then hit OK. From here, what I'll do, change this to maybe something like that, and hit OK. Let's see. Yeah, not bad, not bad. It's great. It's great. It's great. But it looks stronger than the feel for the walls, and it's something that can be changed as well. As you can see, this one is more lighter than that one, so you can copy the preferences of this, which is only for the foreground pen, and this is for this. So let's just do this and see. Perfect. It didn't change, but I like the way it changed. It had a solid it had a white solid feel to the furniture, which is great. As you can see, it's very, very great. It looks nice, and very impressed about the results of this. So yeah, we have different types of, we have presentation, which is black and gray. We have white. We have color. Yes, and we can set more and more. We can have black and blue text, which is let's say presentation, and we don't have the let's say on the solid color, we don't have this the finish that is on gray on the other ones. So we can still have them for all of this, even for the white. So let's do it. So I'm saying for the white, I'm going to add a slab. I'm say slab cover fill, add, then drag it to there, which is secondary. Perfect. As you can see, I think we have the outline of the slab right. We don't want to override, so I'm going to say edit rule. The slab, we're not going to override a color, so I'm going to leave it custom. Then perfect. You see, that's wonderful. So on presentation, which is black and gray, so let's see, let's add another slab cover fill, just to see. Drag it to the top because of the secondary, underneath all furniture. Perfect. Nice and perfect, as you can see. So this, I'm going to rename it black. Let me say solid black, and then I'm going to create a new one based on the solid black. Let's create a new and then duplicate this. I'm going to say solid black plus text red. hit OK. Then I'm going to add text, color, add here, and then drag it to the top, drag it to there. Let's see. You see now what we have. We have black on gray, and then black also red. So yeah, and then if we want to change our text to a different color, which is maybe blue. I like blue as well, so I'm going to say, let's say, hit on create new and duplicate this text to sign, which is then this is how you spell sign. Go to the comment below and let me know, but for the sake of this I'll just leave it here. And then my text, I'm going to edit the rule to sign. This is the color I'm talking about, and then hit OK. Nice and clean. That's basically it. It's very important. It's very important. And then the final step that is very, very important, guys, is to set up the level of detail for your doors or for your openings. So I'm going to pick parameter of this and then hit Control A so that I can select all the walls, and then all the doors, and then open in settings. What I'm going to do is to add a little bit of depth. So under sliding folding door settings, find a floor plan settings or floor plan section, and then under 2D detail level, let's set this to scale sensitive, and then say 1:50, because our using scale for 1:50, and then hit OK to add details to our door. Perfect. As you can see, now we have a full detailed doors. Let's save this in PDF, both styles, so that we can appreciate that. I'll just do this, and then that, mark you that. Let's go to File, Save As, and then change the save type of the file format to PDF. Sorry about that, I was drinking my drink. I was having my drink. And then just find a folder to place this. Say YouTube, ArchiCAD features, and then open the file after saving. So the first thing that we need to do is to set up the page options. I'm going to go for a 30 by 42 architectural. Yeah, then hit OK. Document options. Then use the marked area, and then I'm going to fit to the page. So set it to color and then hit OK. Let's save. Oh, I think we should have made the page sheet layout to portrait instead of landscape. But anyway, let's just wait for the results, and we can decide upon seeing the result. I think it's done. I'm waiting for the PDF to open. Let's go PDF. There we go. Let's see the results. Yeah, I think not bad. We're not appreciating it much because we're using a horizontal sheet on a portrait layout. So let's just maybe you understand what I'm talking about. So let me just do it again. Go File, Save As, and then under page options, make this portrait, hit OK, go to document settings. You see now the fit to page, its address is the same. So let's just save and then save. But because it's existing, I'm gonna replace it. There we go. Let's wait. Now speak. Nice. We can zoom in so that perfect. I'm impressed. Really very nice. There is a problem that I've identified, which is the lines on the corners on a solid edge. If you really know how to do this, guys, go down to the comment section and let me know. Or if you want a tutorial about this, let me know as well in the comment section for me to do a video specifically for solving this issue of having funny lines on your in your corners of your solid edge. But the result is phenomenal, guys. I'm really impressed. Really impressed with everything. As you can see, it's very detailed floor plan. So we can try different styles. Let's go for text red. Oh, text red we didn't change because we overrode in terms of, let's see, text red. We did, yeah. Let's say text red. And then file save this. And we're going to have red. And then you do pick the history of the previous saving. So I'm just gonna save. There we go. It looks great. It looks great. Perfect. So this to that. Let's check another one. So I'm going to go for solid color. File save yes. This is going to be color. Save. Super. So let's check another one. We had solid what? Save as. This is going to be white. Open the file after saving. That's basically, guys, how you can play around and achieve great result with the ArchiCAD using just the default template. So if you want this file, guys, I'll put in the link in the description. Go download it, and then yes, you should be ready for this. I'm creating a residential template for using this project. As you can see, that's the starting or the beginning of the great stuff. So yeah, be mindful and be ready, or be aware of this. So the template will be ready, I think, next week. So yeah, I'll share it next week, and it will have a lot of important details to assemble a residential project in ArchiCAD, just using simple and efficient workflows, so that you can get great results. Sometimes you don't need to set all these things and go do these hard things to track and all that. You don't just have them available in your fingertips and define your project, because when you are in practice, you need fast result and for the benefit of your project or your studio, and you to make money. So yeah, be tuned for that, and I'll be glad for you guys to hear from you about this video. If you want me to continue doing video like this, go to the comment section, let me know. And yes, thank you once again for tuning in. It's been a pleasure being with you. So yeah, we are targeting we are ahead of or moving forward to 10k subscribers, which is very milestone for us, and I can only thank you guys for doing that. And this is the community that we want to build and share a lot of information that is very important for our practice. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed to this channel and you have been watching our videos for a while, make sure you do the right thing. Subscribe so you can be part of this community and get hit that notification bell and get notified for every new video. We are trying our best nowadays to create videos in every week, and maybe 2, 3, 4 videos every week, depending on our situation in the studio. So anything that we think is worth sharing, we'll create a video about that. So yeah, I'm thankful guys for that. Cheers.